Hello everyone, welcome to 100% Chelsea. This is your match preview, and this time we have a special guest. We've got Jack from TalkNorwichCity, the Norwich channel. Say hello.
How you doing? It's good to be on here.
Awesome, good to have you. And we've got our regular Max. Max, everyone knows you on here. You can say hi.
I'm the not so special guest, but glad to be here as always.
Awesome. Now we're going to discuss Tuesday's game. Obviously, we're going to be away at Norwich, Carrow Road, lovely seaside ground. Jack, enlighten me on how things are going for Norwich at the moment. I felt sorry for you, as I've said before the stream. I felt sorry for you yesterday because the way Leicester managed to nick one against you lot. That's a sign of them becoming champions. But what's going on at Norwich at the moment? What do we have to know as Chelsea fans on what we're going to end up facing on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's been a tough season for us, and I think we all expected it really coming up into a league that is far, far superior to what the Champions is. And I think the thing we've really struggled with is the forward line and the defensive line as well. The defensive line before January was the exact same one as what struggled in the Championship with. Got someone in there who isn't that great. Sebastian Basong, who is now being dropped, but he's been in there and he was really struggling. So that was tough. We couldn't end, and we haven't really got an out-and-out goal scorer as well. I mean, we've brought in Nith, who we're kind of playing in behind the striker, so he's not really there to goal. We've got Diamersi and Makani, who's come on in loan from Dino Kiev, who's I think our top scorer or joint top scorer. He's looked a threat. The midfield is solid. There's nothing to worry about there. A lot of comes through there. Robbie Brady, Nathan Redmond, Matt Jarvis. It's a very strong midfield, but we can't defend that well. We can't attack. When you've got this going on, you're not going to win many points. And we've been fairly unlucky this season as well. We've conceded a lot of late goals. One came yesterday. We conceded in the 96th minute against Liverpool to lose the game, 94th minute against West Ham to lose the game. The list goes on. We could easily be if we would have not conceded late on and scored our chances. But we performed like Leicester. We were unlucky not to win or even get a point. As you said, that's a sign of what champions do. It's all that Man United of old, just grinding out performances and wins. They didn't play well and they somehow went on to win the game. So spirits have been lifted since that loss. Funny enough. But yeah, it's been a bit of a slog this season, that's sure.
Yeah. Well, where is it you guys sit in the table at the moment?
We are one place above relegation zone, just on goal difference. We might be in the relegation zone when we come to play you, because I think Newcastle are playing next week against Manchester City. So yeah, we're still going to be out of the relegation zone.
Okay, well that's awesome at least. But it's good to know we're playing someone below us rather than someone above us. Max, what's your view on this game? How do you think we're going to cope, and what do you think about Norwich as well?
Can I just give one quick cheeky plug, if that's okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Just quickly, okay. I've got a ticket for this game. It's under 17. I've also got coach travel. Unfortunately, I can't make it because I start my new job on the same day, so I can't make it. If anyone watching this is under 17 and wants to go, just drop me a message. I've been trying to sell it, otherwise it's just going to be an empty seat. Sorry, I just wanted to try and get that out of the way. But yeah, on to the game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good game. I mean, Norwich are, as you said, creatively in the midfield, they are a very, very sort of attacking side. Sometimes they've got some good strikers. I mean, Stephen Naismith, what a signing. Obviously, we saw him absolutely do us earlier on in the season. I think he scored a hat-trick against us. So hopefully that won't return. But yeah, I mean, I'm nervous going into it, but you've got to look at Chelsea's form recently, which has been incredible. I mean, I think we've got 3 5-1 victories in the last 5 or 6 games, which is mad. I think we've averaged at about 3.5 goals in our last sort of 6 or 7 games. So it's showing that attackingly we're doing very good. Costa's on fire. I think he's got 7 goals in his last 9 league games, so hopefully he adds to that on Tuesday. Fabregas is looking good, obviously scored yesterday. The defence is looking a lot tighter. Ivanovic has found his form, which is good to see. You'd think that with obviously players like Zuma and JT, the two preferred centre-backs, being out, it would sort of trouble the back four. But much to my surprise and a lot of Chelsea fans, they have really stepped up and really sort of shown that they are up to the challenge. And I think we're looking like the Chelsea of old. And this season, and for the rest of the season, I've got a lot of high hopes. And to be honest with you, no disrespect to Norwich, I think it should be a walk in the park, hopefully.
Well, I mean, yesterday itself, when we played Southampton, I don't know about you, but I was thinking, we're just not up to it. This isn't us. We're playing really mediocre, and somehow we pulled it out of the bag and scored two. Do you think we're going to approach it in that sort of sense against Norwich? Do you think we'll have a bit of a hard time and then capitalise, or are we just, as you said, walk in the park? Are we just going to find it easy from minute one?
I don't see why not. I mean, this season we haven't sort of sat back as much as we have in past seasons, because obviously our defence isn't looking so tight. I think, especially with the fact that it is a makeshift defence, there's not a lot of movement in there from the bench. The players are definitely a lot tighter. They're not going out of positions. You see Ivanovic in that centre-back role. He's looking quality. I mean, he's looking like a completely different player. He's definitely not the player that we saw at right back, who would just sort of find himself in that last third of the pitch and end up staying there and then just being completely out of position. He's holding his position very well. Cahill as well, obviously. We know Cahill quite well. He's been at the club for a little while. He never goes forward too much. I know he scored against City last weekend, but he never goes dangerously forward. He's very old-fashioned in the sense that he holds on to his position, marks his man, stays tight to him, and is very good at that. So I feel like a lot of what we will do would be in the midfield. That is where Chelsea, every attack sort of starts. With Fabregas's form looking quality, hopefully someone like Loftus-Cheek starts. I'm sure Mikel will get a game. Matic, in my opinion, should still be in the bench. But I feel like we will go quite attacking for the first sort of 20, 30 minutes. And once we get that maybe two-goal cushion, hopefully, I think from there we'll sit back and it should be plain sailing.
Well, we've got this confidence going on. Jack, last time we faced each other at the Bridge, it finished 1-0 to us, and we did admit probably a draw would have been a fair result. This time round, you look at us and how we've been playing. Are you scared, or are you thinking, yeah, this Chelsea team are still broken, this is a great opportunity?
I mean, I think form's got out of the window this season. Obviously, I've watched Chelsea a lot in recent weeks, and you look exceptional, as Max was saying there. You've scored a lot of goals. I was looking at the form earlier, and I couldn't believe how many wins you've had in a row and stuff like that. And so, I mean, our form against the big teams, or I'm still going to class you as a top four side, although you're not in the top four this season. Our form against the top four, top six has actually been quite decent. Should have got 2 draws against Liverpool. We drew against Arsenal. We lost the game in the 95th minute against Manchester City. We should have got a point against you. Not been too shabby this season. So the thing is as well with Norwich City is we're in such a crunch in the season now, is you're going to be travelling down to Carrow Road on a Tuesday night, not too much to play for, you're not going to get top four, you're not going to get relegated. For you, this isn't as big as a game as it is for us. This is huge. We're in a situation now where it is make or break. We either do this and go into the relegation zone, or get a point, or maybe even 3 points. We'll see how it goes. And we're suddenly out of it, and we're in good form, beating a good Chelsea side. So I'm not going to look at form, but on paper, you should walk away with this, yeah.
Well, I mean, with us, as we've been saying, we've been much more better. But Max, do you think we're going to keep this up, or do you think it's going to get to a point where we might begin to bottle it? Do you think we can last at the end of the season at least?
I genuinely feel like we can last until the end of the season. You guys know I pride myself in the fact that I'm not biased. I am known for being a little bit pessimistic when it comes to predictions for games. Strangely, I am very, very confident going into this game. I do genuinely feel like we've got our form back, and that's solely down to the midfield. I mean, I remember seeing something, and it was a quote that I really liked and have hung on to since. It was, when Fabregas plays, Chelsea plays. And it's 100% true. When Fabregas has a good game, the whole Chelsea team as a whole tends to get a good result. I mean, when we lose, one of the main players that you tend to go towards and blame tends to be Fabregas. I mean, with his form recently, I'm confident going into it, definitely. And I do think we can hold on to it until the end of the season. I know we've still got some difficult games left. Obviously, we've got Leicester at home, which isn't going to be easy. We've also got Man City and Spurs at home. We've got Liverpool away. So it's some very difficult games coming up. So, but as I said, I genuinely do believe that we can hold on to it. We are still unbeaten under Hiddink in all competitions other than the Champions League. So in the league, we're still unbeaten under him. We seem to have shook off that very long run of nothing but draws. We're climbing up in the table. I want to say we're 11th now, aren't we? I know we were 12th before yesterday.
Yeah. We're 11th and 8 points behind United. It would have been 5 if Arsenal actually bothered to show up and win, but they can't because they bottle us.
Yeah, I feel like we can move into that, not top 8, but sort of sit around that sort of eighth place role. And with where we were when Mourinho left, I think that's a very, very respectable finish.
Yeah, big time. Jack, you know Norwich a lot more than we do. You know their team inside out, pretty much like how we know Chelsea. Name us any players that you think will cause massive threats. Who do we need to watch out for on that Norwich side?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a few good players who can certainly. I think the one who you'll probably know best is Nathan Redmond. Might be surprising to you, but he hasn't started that many games this season. He's a typical winger. He's either on fire or he just doesn't turn up whatsoever. But he's a player who can make a big change in a game on his own, so that's good to see. Obviously, Stephen Nate, the best quality player in our team. We paid big money for him. He scored a hat-trick against you. You know all about him. You know what he does. I suppose other players that might go under the radar a bit. Robbie Brady, probably being our player this season, can play either at left back or left midfield. Been playing left midfield the past couple of games, and he's a fantastic player. Good set-piece delivery, good cross, quick, works hard, does his defensive duties really well. And then in the middle of the park, you've got Alex Tete, Norwegian player, he comes from Ghana but plays for Norway, and he is an absolute midfield maestro. He will run the park from the middle. If he gets the ball, he's going to be picking passes. So I suppose the midfield and the wingers are our biggest threat. I mean, defensively we're pretty poor. You will score goals. It's just a matter of will we score more.
Well, at least you're honest.
I doubt.
Well, talking about scoring, there's quite a few people that have left score predictions. We've got quite a couple of 4-0s. Not to Norwich. I
need some of my viewers to be putting some optimistic score predictions.
Well, someone's put Norwich 3, Chelsea 4. That would be absolute quality. But
no, I've got to be honest. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet.
I've got
to be honest. That's something we can't do.
We can't. Yeah, we never keep clean sheets.
We've started winning, but we still can't keep clean sheets.
It'll probably be 0-0 now I've said all this.
Just boring stalemate draw.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Well, the cold Tuesday night in Stoke, Norwich.
Cold Norwich. No, we've got 2-0 Chelsea. We've got someone saying Norwich 2, Chelsea 1 from Hannah Lloyd.
That's what I like to hear. Hannah Lloyd, big up.
Probably a Norwich girl. Jamie also says Norwich 1, Chelsea 0, Russell Martin 96th minute winner.
Yeah.
96. Russell, mate.
At the time.
Put a bet on that. A tenner on that. And if you win, you let us know. Norwich 78, Chelsea 4. Someone's watching American football. But yeah, what's your logical score predictions? What do you think it will actually be when you look at it realistically? Jack?
Like we said, I don't think there's going to be clean sheets. It'll probably be 0-0, but it's very tough to say we'll get anything from this. But I'm a Norwich fan. I've got to stay optimistic. It'd be very boring if I didn't stay optimistic. So I'm going to go with a 2-2.
2-2?
2-2,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. Who to score first, Norwich or Chelsea?
Norwich, because if Chelsea score first,
it's game over.
Yeah, game over.
Yeah. Okay. Fair play. Max, what's your score prediction?
Again, no disrespect to Norwich, but I'm going to go for a very solid, very comfortable 3-1 win.
3-1 win. Okay, fair play. I am going to go. I'm going to go 2-1. I don't think we're going to wipe the floor, but I think we'll win.
Yeah, by no means do I think we'll wipe the floor, but I just think it would be reasonably comfortable.
Well, 3-1 would be
for
like
all I
how Man
know-
United treated Arsenal today.
Yeah.
They did wipe the floor, to be fair. But to close with, really quickly, I mean, Jack, you obviously know a little bit about the Chelsea team. What players do you think should play? If you looked at it from a Chelsea perspective, who do you think should play in that Chelsea side against you?
Yeah, I think if I was Hiddink, I'd probably make the team as thin as possible. As everyone says, the best form of defence is attack, so I'd have Costa on losing form. Is a bit of a bully as well. We're not that great against sort of big, strong forwards, the little ones who can run and sort of a bit injury prone kind of players. So I'd get him in there. Pedro, if he's still fit. Just get all your wingers playing. Fabregas, stick them all in there and just have a bit of fun.
Bloody, I'd love you if you were my manager. Just complete freedom.
Yeah.
Max, who should play?
Obviously, the big man, Diego himself, obviously scored a great goal last weekend. I'd drop Hazard. I'd play Pedro and Willian, don't know why I said that weirdly. Fabregas in the attacking midfield role. I don't think he suits the defensive midfield role, and I like the fact that since Hiddink has come in, he has started playing him there more than playing him in the defensive midfield role. I'd like to see Mikel for a bit of that sort of solidity is the word I was looking for. And then I think if someone like Loftus-Cheek isn't going to get a game against Norwich, then he probably won't end up getting a game anywhere. So I'd like to see him start. I definitely think he deserves it, but I don't think he will, to be honest with you. The manager more than likely won't start him, but I'd definitely like to see him in there. And then obviously the standard back four, there's no room for changing it. The only guy that can even get in there is Matt Miazga. And I mean, he didn't even get any time on the pitch when we were 5-1 up against Man City in the FA Cup 5th round. So who knows?
Yeah. Fair play. That's a good suggestion. I agree with you. I would pretty much do the same thing. Our back four unchanged. Probably it will probably be Mikel Fabregas, even though I think we have to start looking towards PSG and start prepping for that. But I think Mikel Fabregas. Pedro looks like he's injured. It looks like he's picked up some sort of thigh problem or hamstring problem.
Oh, does he? I haven't heard about that yet.
Yeah. When he walked off yesterday, he was holding his thigh. So
okay.
Hopefully it's nothing bad. Just precaution. Hazard, Willian, Oscar, perhaps, and Diego Costa up front. Really quick question. Jack, who's your big man at centre back? Like, who's your beast?
Yeah, we've just signed, or in January we signed our record signing actually, a guy called Tim Close from Wolfsburg, 6'3", bit good in the air, good on the floor, very good player.
All right, well watch out because Diego Costa's knocking him out.
well, Roddy's playing, so it's a shame you don't have Drogba anymore.
Fair play. All right, well there we are. That's been your match preview for Norwich versus Chelsea. Thank you to Jack from TalkNorwichCity. It's been a pleasure.
It's been good.
Awesome. Max, thank you for coming on. Just to let all of you know as well, we will be doing a preview over on TalkNorwichCity for Jack's channel. So head over there pretty soon. We're going to do that in what? I don't know, next 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll get that done. Please head over there, subscribe and check out the channel. It's awesome stuff, especially if you know any Norwich fans, let them know about it. And as for here, subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Check out the social media links in the description. My live reaction video that I promised you guys from yesterday, about yesterday's game, will be up later tonight. I've just got to finish some editing, but it will be up tonight. And be sure to check Max's channel out as well, the 12th Man. Some good stuff on there. Check it out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'll see all of you really soon. And all of us will see you over on TalkNorwichCity. So head over there now. Peace.